Next up, we got Katy Perry. Really want to put Katy Perry in hell tier. Really would like to put Katy Perry. I mean, she did do the album with Dr. Luke. Is Katy? But it's Jake Paul down there, man. It's Dr. Phil was going on ice raids. Man, do we put Katy Perry in hell tier? Let's give it. My heart says yes. My heart says Katy Perry's hell tier. Get in, loser. It's the white people tiers. Today on the Creme World Podcast, me, your brave host, Creme Brulee at Creme Brulee 2D, will be taking a look at a list of roughly the 100 most famous white people and putting them into the categories I see fit in the tier system: S, A, B, C, and then hell tier. I'm stoked to do this. I don't know. I asked ChatGPT. I said, give me a list of the 100 most famous white people. Tried to give me a list with Jesus on it. I was like, we're gonna need to make some cuts. The internet, it gave the caveat, like, though not historically white, often depicted as white. It's like, well, you still chose to put, so the robots, Jesus is white according to the robots, and I don't think that's a good sign. Anyway, after much back and forth with the robot, I'm sorry. We got a list of the 150 most famous white people. I've taken a gander at it. I recognize most of the names. It'll suffice. 150 I think will work because I'm not gonna know a lot of them, so we're just gonna fire off. Maybe IDK tier. I'll make an IDK tier and we'll write their names down because that'll be funny for some people. I don't know. And then I'm gonna allow myself 5 Googles because I feel like there's gonna be some names where I'm like, I think I know who they are. Let me see. But if I'm doing that the whole time, it's not gonna make for very good casting. So without further ado, I'm gonna take a sip of my tea and then we're gonna talk about which white people are the best and which are the worst. Okay. Number 1 on this list, we got Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie. This is easy. I think Margot Robbie, that's an easy B for me. I say that because I don't really care about her, but she doesn't seem bad, but she could be. This is gonna be a lot of allegations I don't know because I do not be knowing white people's lives like that. But she's in some good movies. She's in the wasn't she Barbie? Yeah, Barbie. Yeah, B feels right for that because, again, not really a fan, but have a generally positive view of Margot Robbie. Number 2, Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen, so we have a hell tier. Hell tier just means, like, this is the worst of the tiers. It's lower than D. It is you deserve to burn in hell. So some people might put Ellen there. I'm going to put Ellen in C tier because I don't think being mean, some people who are in hell tier are going to have some really treacherous allegations, and I don't really think Ellen, she's got some allegations for sure, but I wouldn't define them as treacherous. There's no crimes involved. Okay, number 3, we got Jake Paul. This is an easy hell tier. This is why this is taking a moment to write everything down, but this is why I specified what I did about Ellen. I think you could say Ellen's not your cup of tea or she's a jerk, but she's not Jake Paul, man. Jake Paul, I don't know. I think Jake Paul is like the probably the greatest grifter of our time, maybe. Mr. Beast is probably right there with him, but Jake Paul has contributed nothing positive to society besides just being famous and getting attention and doing so, and like some of the things he does in terms of spectacle are cool, but he is gonna bring back the Coliseum. He is gonna be like, if I get 1 million people to subscribe, I'll fucking put a a poor person in what's the Cowboy Stadium. Jake Paul will put a homeless person in Cowboy Stadium with a lion if he thought it would make him money. So that's why Jake Paul's in my hell tier. Conor McGregor, I think he's got some allegations too, so I'm gonna put him in hell tier as well. Um, so far it's just dudes who fight, and I could see that being a trend that continues for hell tier. Bill Gates is the next name on the list. Bill Gates, you could say hell tier or you could say A, depending on the type of person you are. I think S tier, he's not. If you got to be like a Microsoft fanboy to put him S tier, but if you're a business from like a business perspective, and I'm not a business perspective nigga, so I don't think that's cool. But if you're a business perspective nigga, then you probably think he's cool. But from like even if we want to take it at like say you respect capitalism, right? Even if you're a respecter of capitalism, what he's done with Microsoft or did with Microsoft, it was absolutely monopoly, and it was anti-capitalist, and at least it's not free market. So for that, and he also divorced his wife, then was publicly simping for her, which actually is gonna bump him up in my book. He'll avoid hell tier for publicly simping for his wife for me. So he'll be C tier. So far in C tier, we have Ellen and Bill Gates. Yeah, because I don't feel the way I do about Jake Paul as I do about Bill Gates. Next, we have Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence, I had a podcast in my Spotify podcast. I listen to The Daily sometimes, and I didn't listen to this podcast, but she did an interview on The Daily, where the title of it was "I Regret Every Decision I've Ever Made," and I resonated with that. So she's done some good movies. I was with The Hunger Games. I can't put her in A tier because I don't really care about her, but we'll put Jennifer Lawrence B tier. So far, actresses are dominating B tier. Oh wow. Next up, we have Gwen Stefani. Gwen Stefani is probably gonna be, that's B tier, right? Because I like Holla Back Girl is some heat, but she also like she also was like weird to Asian people, right? Y'all remember how she just like had some, was it the Harajuku? She had some Asian ladies, some Japanese women, I believe, just following her around. It was at a time, I mean, we're still in the time where it was cool to just bite Asian culture. And isn't she married to Blake Shelton or something? Yeah. I don't know. She's kind of a generous. I think B tier is generous, and I'm feeling generous. So Gwen Stefani, I'll put her in B tier because Holla Back Girl really that did something for everybody. Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner is gonna probably be C tier because I don't really respect anything about Kylie Jenner, and she's not quite hell tier. And I don't really have like a deeper critique of Kylie Jenner. It's just I don't have like a positive view of Kylie Jenner either. I was excited for this. We got Ariana Grande next. Ariana Grande. This one could also go a lot of ways. I think Ariana Grande, besides S, I could probably feel comfortable with Ariana Grande in any of these tiers, including hell, if we want to be for real. Yet again, I really like some Ariana Grande songs. Sweetener, that was at a moment in my life. I just still have a lot of memories to the album Sweetener, and I'm not really feeling her new shit though. We're gonna put her in B tier. B tier's filling up, I'll be honest. And it's all women so far. A man has not made it past C tier. So Mark Wahlberg, and they will not. They will continue to not. Mark Wahlberg, that's I mean, I don't really have he's gotta be C tier. I mean, like, I'm not holding the time he assaulted a Vietnamese man against him it was as a youth. I'm not holding that against him, but and also he's in this movie called Instant Family where he and some, I don't remember the actress, but they adopt some kids, and that movie made me cry. And yeah, I already wrote it down. So Mark Wahlberg is C tier. Tom Holland. Tom Holland could probably be B tier, but honestly, I'm not really feeling his swag. I'm gonna be so for real. Tom Holland does not move the needle for me, and it's not Zendaya jealousy. You could probably say it's Zendaya jealousy, and I wouldn't argue with you, but I'm not gonna say that. Next, this is a fun list, because so far I know them all. I wonder how long that goes. Next, we have Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, I feel like if I'm being as generous as I can be, I'm going B tier. If I'm going as cynical as I could be, we can go hell tier. I think T Swift is gonna end up in C tier for me. I mean, she's got some hits. I don't really care about any of her extra music drama, and I don't want to let the fact that she's super popular sway me. I like some of her music, and I like. I think she contributes more to society than like Kylie Jenner and Mark Wahlberg. I think I can I'll positively say that. So Taylor Swift is going into B tier. We have no A or S tier so far. I'm fearing we might not get any S tier, but I saw the list already. There's at least one S tier. Anyways, next we got Tom Cruise. I'm gonna put Tom Cruise C tier and not think too much about it. My heart's my head, my heart. I think it was my heart said hell tier, but Tom Cruise is gonna be C tier because I don't really care either way about anything he's done. So, but he's not Jake Paul. That's so far you're being measured up against Jake Paul, and a lot of these people are avoiding hell tier simply because they're not on the same level. Okay, next we got Ed Sheeran. This is a sneaky case for A for me. I like some Ed Sheeran songs. He seems to have a positive impact on like people and seems to be a solid dude. I think Ed Sheeran's gonna be our first A tier white man, A tier white person at all, and that's crazy for me to say. But his first album, Yesterday, I was singing Give Me Love from his first album. His first album, Lego House, I was kind of there for the first album. I never got out. It just got so popular that I was like, I'm not gonna be the nigga that listens to Ed Sheeran, of course. But like the songs, I think the music is kind of unimpeachable, to be honest. So Ed Sheeran, congratulations. So far, the best white we've gotten so far. Meryl Streep. I know who that. I feel like I'm gonna get flamed if I put her in anything below B tier. So I'm just gonna be diplomatic and put Meryl Streep in B tier. I don't really know what she'd be in, but everyone has a lot of respect for her, and I just don't want to get flamed. So Meryl Streep B tier. I don't have a deeper commentary. Macaulay Culkin. I don't really care about Macaulay Culkin at all, and I don't know if Home Alone is a positive enough contribution, because like Tom Cruise is C tier, and I feel similarly in that I don't really care one way or the other. And B tier so far is people who I have like positive associations with. I don't really have a negative association with Macaulay Culkin, but it's the same list as Tom Holland. So these are just people who just don't really move the needle for me at all. So Macaulay, man, I saw that name spelling wise, and for a second I'm like, there's no way I know who this is. And then I read it and I'm like, yeah, you just don't see a name like that very much. Dr. Phil's hell tier. Dr. Phil, that's an easy hell tier. Oh, right along with Ice Raid's Dr. Phil. What are you doing there? Fuck you, Dr. Phil. Paul McCartney. Man, I'm gonna just I'm gonna just spoil the next one because it's hilarious to read these two names back to back. But the next two names are Paul McCartney and Jack Harlow. So I think I gotta do the Beatles slap. I'm not like, a Beatle head, but they unimpeachable. Like I said about Ed Sheeran's music, kind of unimpeachable. Paul McCartney, as far as I know, wasn't hitting his wife like John Lennon, so I really got nothing negative to feel about him. I'm gonna Paul McCartney. Uh, Congratulations, you are the second A tier white. Just like what's that song? Norwegian Wood. Magnificent, magnificent. I want to listen to it right now. Jack Harlow, the second Beatle, Jack Harlow. Um, I think I'm going to put Jack Harlow B tier. I think I feel good about Jack Harlow. I feel like most of the negative feelings I had, I never really had negative feelings about Jack Harlow. It's more of like a Taylor Swift thing where it's like just what's happening around you is not my taste, but that's not really you per se. It is a little bit you because you're like feeding into it and obviously trying to cultivate it, but like it's not your art, and I think your art is still pretty solid. Um, Stephen Colbert, that's got to be A tier, right? Stephen Colbert, A tier. Colbert Report, goated. Is his show getting canceled? Yeah, his show's getting canceled. R.I.P. to your show. See you in the podcast space. George Clooney. I don't really. I don't want to sound like contrarian. I just don't really care about George Clooney. And so he'll be C tier for me. Like, I'm sure he's in good, obviously he's in good movies, but he's not in anything I like. And he's not in anything white I like, which is Christopher Nolan movies and Buzz Ulrich's Romeo plus Juliet. Next is Emma Stone. Unless I know about some allegations, I feel good enough about Emma Stone's career to put her A tier. Super bad, and also me being in love with her as a teenager are gonna really propel her. I was trying to, with all the women, stay away from doing this from an objective, like, not be like hot A, you know what I mean? I don't want to do that. But inspiring a youthful lust is, it's like a nostalgic, you're like, it's different than just being like hot A. It's being like, no, like a informative hot for me, if that makes sense. Overshare maybe. Oh, and Jim Carrey are following Emma Stone into A tier. I mean, unimpeachable catalog comedically. What else needs to be said? I don't know. I think The Mask is low key my favorite Jim Carrey thing. Obviously, he's got the whatever the deep one is. I'm not a movie person, but there's the deep one where he's he's the one where he's in the TV? Wayne's World? Nope. I'm not using my Google yet, so we're just gonna move on. Addison Rae. Listen, I tried to get into it. The music wasn't doing it for me. People really like Diet Pepsi. It never hit like that for me. Nothing against Addison Rae. She's going C tier. It's going to be a parade of C tier right now. We got Dua Lipa next. Pretty much same exact comments as Addison Rae. Just music's never done much for me. You seem like a nice person, but I don't really, you're not really Gwen Stefani to me. You know what I mean? And next up, we got Katy Perry. Really want to put Katy Perry in hell tier. Really would like to put Katy Perry. I mean, she did do the album with Dr. Luke. But it's Jake Paul down there, man. It's Dr. Phil was going on ice raids. Man. Do we put Katy Perry in hell tier? Let's give it. My heart says yes. My heart says Katy Perry's hell tier. That just feels good. Scarlett Johansson. I'll put ScarJo B tier. I like some ScarJo stuff. not super nuts about any ScarJo thing, but she does a serviceable, more than a serviceable job. Avengers. I like the Avengers. That's my comic book. That's as far as I go into that. But she was in that and she was doing a good job. She was talking to the Hulk. She was like, "Hey, you don't gotta be the Hulk. Well, you could be the Hulk, but like you could not be the Hulk and be the Hulk. You know what I'm saying?" And he was like, "Ugh." Um, next is just Trump. Trump. That's an easy hell tier. We don't have to get into it at all. Jennifer Aniston. Um, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Jennifer Aniston, you're probably C tier to me. Again, nothing against you. I wasn't into Friends. I don't really know what else you do. Um, I mean, collect insane checks forever. So good on you for that. But Zuckerberg, easy hell tier, easy hell tier. Oh, I just wrote hell and hell tier. um, Follow me on Instagram though. Megan Fox. Megan Fox. I want to put Megan Fox in A because the Transformers. Um, it's almost like pound for pound the same argument as Emma Stone. Like, loved her in the Transformers movies. Informative, hot, not just hot. Like wow. When I was 16, we were like but I can't really put her above ScarJo. So Megan Fox can be B tier. Next we got John Cena. John Cena's probably B tier, right? I my heart almost wanted to say A tier, but you don't really deserve that. He's cool. I like John Cena a lot, but it's Paul McCartney up there. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's Jim Carrey, Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran up there is crazy, but I'm standing by it. Quentin Tarantino. Um, I think it would be hating to put him in anything below B. Like the movie's like unimpeachable, but I wouldn't say he's the Beatles of making movies. I mean, he kind of is low key, but I like the Beatles more than I like his movies, but he's not my favorite. Shawn Mendes. I don't really know. That's probably just an easy C tier. I just don't know enough information. That's just a name you see a lot. Jimmy Fallon. I think just out of respect, I gotta go B tier for Jimmy Fallon. He's in like I for one loved Peppered Incorrectly, the one he was on SNL, the laughing at sketches. Excellent. I'm laughing during sketches, like breaking character to laugh. Peppered Incorrectly. I'm thinking of the one where they're at Disney World and it's the one lady who's always like really sad. Anyway, Selena Gomez. Ah, she kind of slid on the new Cardi B album. She really slid on the new Cardi B album. I was there. I watched Wizards of Waverly Place growing up, but kind of just because it was on. I think I have a positive association with Selena Gomez. We're gonna put her in B tier. So far, I've known everyone, so that's pretty cool. Tom Hanks, gotta be B tier, right? Yeah, I think some people would have Tom Hanks A tier. I'm not crazy about any of his movies. I think Catch Me If You Can is probably my favorite because him and Leo, man. Yeah, that's a movie. I've only seen like 12 movies. That's one of them, and that's a good one. Um, Zendaya's on here. I'm not gonna do it out of respect. Ryan Reynolds, man, I would like to put Ryan Reynolds in hell tier because nothing pisses me off more than seeing Mint Mobile and hearing Mint Mobile commercials when it's just like I don't know if he really started the phone company, right? Like I've thought deeply about this. It's probably one of those things where like a CEO type like reaches out to a celebrity and is like, "Yo, let's both found this company so it gets like more press." I bet it's one of those situations. That being said, just being like, I'm gonna go from being like the cool, like one of the coolest actors, doing a lot of cool roles, following your dreams, making boatloads of cash, and just being like, I gotta be I gotta be a phone man now. Like I've always wanted to build a telephone service. Like fuck you, man. Fuck you. Fuck capitalism. We're putting him in hell tier just for that. I've talked myself into it. Next is PewDiePie. Doesn't he have some weird allegations? If if you're just on if you're just a YouTuber, I assume you have some weird allegations, but I think he does. I'm just gonna put IDK for PewDiePie because even I don't know what the allegations are, and I earnestly don't even know his content, so it'd be hating. Billy Joel, the Piano Man. I've seen Billy Joel live. Slaps. He's also drunk driven like his car into like houses like multiple times apparently, which should in theory put him in hell tier, but I'm not gonna do that. Billy, I'm not gonna do that to you, Billy Joel. I can put Billy Joel in B tier. Being an alcoholic to me personally isn't a deal breaker as an alcoholic. Um, if I was rich and it didn't affect me negatively at all, maybe I'd still be lost in the sauce. Ben Affleck. Do I like a Ben Affleck movie? Like, do I really? Like, I've seen The Town. I haven't seen whatever Boston movie he's got. I almost said Shawshank Redemption. The Departed. He's in that. I haven't seen it. I'm just gonna put Ben Affleck. I saw Gone Girl, but that I don't think that was supposed to make me like him, right? So Ben Affleck C tier. Mila Kunis. I think Mila Kunis is Mila Kunis hell tier, chat? I think Mila Kunis is hell tier because her and Ashton were defending old boy on that '70s show who assaulted them people. So I think and she don't bathe her kids and stuff. I think Mila Kunis is going into hell tier. Tucker Carlson joining Mila Kunis in. Oh wow, we have a run in hell tier, y'all. So we're gonna go Mila Kunis, Tucker Carlson, round it out. I don't think okay. I don't know if my spirit feels right putting Theo Von in hell tier. I think does Theo Von deserve hell tier? Ah, you know. I think does Theo Von deserve hell tier is like, an existential question for stand-up comedians in this year. Man, I don't, I don't. He's just not Tucker Carlson though. You know what I mean? That's why I was like, I can't say Theo Von's Tucker Carlson. Theo Von, you've made it to C tier. I don't even think he's a bat. We're moving on to Theo Von's. Olivia Rodrigo. See, what's a shame is now I gotta put Olivia Rodrigo next to Theo Von. No disrespect to Olivia Rodrigo. I don't be knowing your stuff like that for real. Billie Eilish, I do be knowing your stuff like that for real. And for that you get B tier. Was that last one, Birds of a Feather? I could listen to that, John, right now. So B tier's filling up. I'm gonna have to get a second sheet. Anyways, Ashton Kutcher, for the reasons I listed with Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher will be joining his lovely wife in hell tier. Macklemore, Macklemore's sneaky A tier, y'all. I'm in Seattle right now too. Yeah, I feel good about it. I feel good about putting Macklemore. Listen, I saw Macklemore live twice growing up. I was outside for the album. I live in Seattle now. He stood on 10 for Palestine. Macklemore, you are A tier. You're an A tier white. Joining Macklemore in A tier whites, we have Adam Sandler. Unimpeachable catalog. Hilarious. Hilarious next to Macklemore. But Adam Sandler, no question, A tier white. Happy Gilmore growing up. All the movies. What's the one where Billy Madison, to Uncut Gems, The Range. Haven't seen Happy Gilmore 2, probably not gonna. But yeah, Adam Sandler's A tier. Paris Hilton. I think I could put Paris Hilton. I could live with B tier. If we're gonna talk about like respectfully, Paris Hilton sonically, musically is definitely clearing Olivia Rodrigo, Dua Lipa, and Addison Rae. Stars Are Blind clears Diet Pepsi and whatever Olivia Rodrigo's hit is, and everything Shawn Mendes has done. I gotta drink something. I'm getting scratchy. I could. Tim Cook's just C tier. I don't know. He's not L tier, and he's certainly not someone I think positively about. Doja Cat, leaving Doja Cat on the list out of disrespect. Doja Cat could be anywhere on this list to me, man. The body of work is kind of unimpeachable. Um, the the words out of the mouth are very peachable. Words out of the This is a classic case of artistically A tier, words out of the mouth, pretty much hell tier. Um, Doja Cat, you know what? You can be in B tier, Doja Cat. I'm putting Doja Cat B tier. Gorgeous on the new one. Is that what it's called? I think so. Anyway, Seth Rogen, you can join. Man, Seth Rogen's pretty close to A tier, honestly. Superbad alone. Superbad alone. I love that movie, and he's kind of never stopped putting out good, funny stuff. Do I really? Yeah, Seth Rogen. Welcome to A tier. Okay, Sylvester Stallone. This is an easy C tier for me. I've never seen any of the Rocky movies. I don't know if I've seen anything he's in, frankly. Bella Porch. Wait, that's gonna be an IDK. I don't know who that is. Bella Porch. Am I saying that right? Anyways, Natalie Portman. That's an easy C tier. Just nothing. I just I said Natalie Portman. It's okay. There's a lot of stuff I've never seen. Brad Pitt. I think Brad Pitt's got some hell tier allegations, but he's got some A tier work, you know. So, man, this one's a tough one. Brad Pitt is a tough one. I think I'm gonna put Brad Pitt. He's just, yeah. Ah, Alec. I'm just gonna put Brad Pitt C tier. I'm sorry. I wrote C tier. Brad Pitt's just, I can't look past and I don't think people even know about the allegations, but just some weird stuff was going on with him and the wife. Gordon Ramsay, if Gordon Ramsay's got no allegations, I'm liable to put him A tier. I'm liable to put Gordon Ramsay A tier. I think I will. Does he have some? I don't know. Some of them, a lot of these allegations are gonna have gone past me. I'm sure being in food and being a jerk, just like, but that's kind of people. You know what you're getting. I'm gonna put Gordon Ramsay A tier and not think too much about it. Where are we at? Leonardo DiCaprio. That's an easy A tier for me. Huge fan of everything he's done, really. Everything he's done that I've seen, at least. Obviously, for me, Inception is one of those ones. Wolf of Wall Street, Romeo plus Juliet. Obviously, then a bunch of other shit. I don't know. Oh, Catch Me If You Can, like I said. So you guys know Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't need to tell you. I still haven't seen the new one. I still need to see the new one. Martha Stewart. I'm gonna put B tier. I gotta put in B tier extended. B. This will be B extended is Martha. Okay, Jenna Ortega. I have no opinion on Jenna Ortega. Jeff Bezos. That's gotta be hell tier, right? Jeff Bezos is hell tier. And then we got Pete Davidson. I'll put Pete Davidson B tier. We'll put Pete Davidson. Didn't he do the Riyadh Comedy Festival? Yeah, I can't say that's gonna. I can't. I'm just not gonna act like I'm lie to y'all and say I care that much about that. Jared Leto. This is the ultimate has allegations, but is making unimpeachable art. I love his music. I love not all of it, but there's one 30 Seconds to Mars album that to this day is in rotation, heavy, and that's This Is War. Um, I gotta. It's hard for me not to put. It's hard for me not to put Jared Leto in A tier, y'all. I'm gonna be so for real right now. I feel like a more measured approach would be B tier, and I just gotta shoot from the hip on this one. Jared Leto, welcome, welcome to the A tier. Um, Axl Rose, that's what ACDC or something. I'm not gonna front like I know who that is. That'll just be IDK. Noah Beck, congratulations. I don't know who you are. Andrew Tate, easy hell tier. Jojo Siwa. That's an easy C tier. I don't really have an opinion on Jojo Siwa. I TikTok be lighting her up, but I don't really care about that. Jason Momoa. And the next one says Bad Bunny, no, not white. So skip keeping only. Yeah, I don't know why they would write that. Interesting. Jason Momoa, I haven't seen anything you've been in. You are C tier. Bad Bunny, you are not white. Congratulations. Chris Evans is Captain America, right? Yeah, Captain America's not cool to me, dog. Got a really got a really sharp jaw, I think. I don't like that. Chris Hemsworth seems like a better hang, but also not really. just a different just a different flavor of white guy. Ricky Gervais, doesn't he suck? I'm not super up on him, but I think he sucks, right? Doesn't he say dumb shit? I think we're gonna put Ricky Gervais. I think is hell tier. I want to be confident putting someone in hell tier, so I'm gonna be so for real. I hear the name Ricky Gervais a lot. I'm a comedian. I know people get really mad at him a lot, but I don't really know about what. So I'm gonna put him in IDK just because I don't know his work, but I feel like he's a maybe hell tier. So I'll just put him in C. But I will let me know in the comments if I should have put him in hell tier because that's what my head's saying a little bit. Jack Black, never a huge Jack Black guy. School of Rock was probably my favorite thing. It feels kind of shitty to lump him in with Ricky Gervais. Um, but I don't really care about Jack Black if I'm being so for real. If you took Jack Black's entire catalog away, that would do nothing to me. So, sorry, Jack Black. This might be a hot take, but Jack Black's CT. Is he funny? Is he? Miranda Cos. And I'm sorry, Jack Black. I respect you as a comedian. I might have to delete this one day. Miranda Cosgrove. iCarly. Might have to put iCarly and A off the strength. I cuss a little. Yeah. Miranda Cosgrove. Congratulations. You are A tier. Killian Murphy, I'm gonna be real. I know your name. I've just never seen anything. So C tier. I know you're Irish. That's pretty cool. Good for you. We should talk about that sometimes. Logan Paul, hell tier. That's one of the Pauls. I don't actually know what they do different, to be honest. I think Logan's just kind of, excuse me, the primary henchman. We're 40 minutes in. Wow. Keanu Reeves. I've never seen any of the John Wicks. The Matrix movies didn't really move me. I can't think of anything. He's in a movie I saw last year or 2 years ago where this doctor guy, his family dies, so he builds like a robot, or does he clone his family? I don't know. Either way, it was a weird sci-fi thing. This is just gonna be another hot take, but that guy, who are we talking about? Keanu Reeves, you're C tier to me. Um, this is really gonna piss white guys off. Back to back, Keanu Reeves, Joe Rogan, both C tier. Um, yeah, I don't really have a negative opinion of Joe Rogan at all. I just his comedy doesn't do much for me, and I watch his podcast only when he has interesting guests on, and he seems all right. I've just never been compelled to watch his podcast for him. Will Ferrell, easy A tier. Congratulations, Anchorman, Step Brothers, the other guys. The other guys is sneaky. My favorite comedy movie. That's him and Mark Wahlberg. Oh shit. Oh shit. All right. This is much later, but we're moving Mark Wahlberg up to B tier because that's a second movie I really love from him. So okay. Angelina Jolie, that feels like an easy C tier. I don't really care for any of your work, um, but I don't really have an opinion of you one way or the other. Eminem, mm, I think I'm gonna put Eminem B tier. I feel like he would personally hate being next to Paris Hilton on my list, but Eminem, I like some of his stuff on that. I wouldn't say I love anything like Till I Collapse. I used to work out too when I was like 16, so I mean that was cool. Shakira, same note, non-white Latina. I'm just gonna keep it moving. Daniel Radcliffe. How are we feeling about Daniel Radcliffe, chat? I'm not up on Harry Potter. Like, I know what it is, but it's not my shit. And I don't know anything else he's done. So, boom, Daniel Radcliffe. You got Harry Potter and Spider-Man in C tier. Um, I'm just a different type of nigga. Justin Timberlake. This one can go any this body of work. If we're gonna go body of work and not man, but like the Britney and Janet shit was weird. Body of work, the body of work cooks though. If we're talking Future Sucks Love Sounds and 2020 Experience Part 1, we got some, and the first one, Justified, he's got some smokers. He's got some smokers. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put Justin Timberlake. Congratulations, you are next to Will Ferrell in the A tier. Emma Watson, C tier. I've never seen. You're next to Daniel Radcliffe. Y'all, it's Harry and Hermione. That's good for you. Kevin Costner, know the name. Couldn't tell you anything he's done. So he's gonna go into IDK. Robert Pattinson. This feels like a easy B tier. Um, I like the newest Batman, and I think that's the only thing I've seen from him. Honestly, I definitely wasn't watching Twilight, but he seems like a good guy. um, Harry Styles. Harry Styles, that feels like a B tier. That's a pretty easy B tier. I like some Harry Styles songs, but he's no Justin Timberlake. Unfortunately, I don't mean that sarcastically. Bill Burr. Now, what's funny is for Pete Davidson, I said I didn't care about the Riyadh Comedy Festival, but it is going to take Bill Burr out of A tier for me. Only because he just didn't stand on 10 about it. That's kind of like he was kind of being a bitch about it, which makes you kind of, I don't know. I said before I don't like idolize any of these people, but I did think he was like, uh, you know, one of the like cornerstones of like the comedic community in terms of like people that represent us. You know what I mean? Like when people think of comedians, Bill Burr is one of the people they think of, and you want that to be someone who you like respect, and you know what I mean. So in terms of that, like my thinking of him has gone down. You know, does that make sense? So Bill Burr's gonna be B. Burr B. Bill Burr B. Okay. Niall Horan. That's another dude in One Direction. You ain't no Harry Styles though, so you're gonna go C tier Niles or Niall. Is Kid Rock hell tier? I don't. I don't. I don't know. I don't know if he's actually done anything besides just. Oh, he didn't he like shoot? Yeah, yeah. I think when they did like the gay Budweiser, he like shot it. I might be making that up, but I remember him. I think he took like a video of him shooting whenever the beer company randomly did the gay can a couple years ago. Y'all remember that? Okay, so hell tier, we are adding Kid Rock, Julia Roberts. This is not Sandra Bullock. I just have to tell my brain that because my brain, every brunette white lady who's like, mid 30s to 50s is the same. They're all the same lady. I mean, I bet I'm not gonna talk about their ages. Anyway, Julia Roberts. I wanna say I I'll use a Google for Julia Roberts, cause I just don't know what she's in. I know I've seen some stuff she's in, but I don't know. I can't recall it right now. So we're gonna bang Julia Roberts. Give me some roles. She's from Atlanta. Well, well. I'm sorry, I cannot find her for acting credits. Pretty Woman, Eat, Pray, Love. I haven't seen anything she's in. So, I can't front. I've never seen any of the movies she's in. But she is from Atlanta. And so that is going to move the needle for me. That's kind of a crazy smile. You should call her agent and tell her her Wikipedia picture looking wild. I'm gonna put her in. I'm gonna put her in B tier because I feel like she's from Atlanta. Keira Knightley. I know the name. Couldn't even begin to imagine what you look like. I'm sure I've seen something. That's just a name you hear a lot. Matt Damon. I don't really. I can't say I care about any Matt Damon movies. To keep it a buck, I'm gonna put Matt Damon in C tier. Some of these you just can't think too much about. Lindsay Sterling, I don't know who that is. Lindsay, okay. Simon Cowell. I mean, if all he did was just be mean to people on TV, and that was, I mean, I guess yeah. No, that's. I mean, does he do good stuff? Does he like actually help musicians? Or is the TV show just him being mean? And I know he's on like America or Britain's Got Talent now too. I don't. He's just not B tier. He's C tier. Simon, just not a name I've even thought of in years though. Steve Carell, that's an easy A tier. I'm Office was great. I don't think anyone needs to argue that. Brick Tamlin and freaking Anchorman. That had my friend group going for a year probably. Brick stabbed a guy. That had us going for a year, man. That fed families. Charlie Puth. Charlie Puth's gonna be C tier. Just Charlie Puth. He does the hook and See You Again, right? I've sang a lot of these people's songs. I guess they are the most famous. Next we got Conan. Conan, that's an easy A tier. It's so funny. I was gonna say I feel like all the comedians are A tier, and then I remember Theo Vaughn and Joe Rogan. So way to go, guys. Interesting, but Zach Galifianakis. These are all actors. Okay, there's some other. I guess most of them are probably actors. There's not just like Tom Brady anywhere. You know what I mean? Anyways, uh, Zach Galifianakis. That's a B tier. Hangover was great, but you're not the Beatles. Galif. Next we got Reese Witherspoon. All right, we got three. I don't know. I'm just gonna say their names, and we're gonna move on. Reese Witherspoon, Blake Lively, Chad Michael Murray. Like the first two people are clearly famous white ladies. Like some of the most famous white ladies. I can kind of picture Reese Witherspoon. I think I can picture both of their faces, but I can't for certain. And I also don't know if I've ever seen anything. Is Blake Lively an act? Does she act? Or no? Is Chad Michael Murray? That's probably an actor, but it sounds a good basketball name. Dolly Parton. That's an easy A tier. Um, Jolene. What else needs to be said? I don't know. Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman. This could go. I could lean A for Hugh Jackman. I feel like B is probably more honest. I don't love. I mean, I like Les Mis. I love Les Mis, but it's a whole ensemble thing. It's not just because of his part at all. I think. What is his name? Motherfucking Hugh Jackman. Hugh. We're gonna put Hugh Jackman in B tier. Ryan Gosling. That feels like a B tier. One time, my mom got invited to do Jimmy Kimmel, not do the Jimmy Kimmel show, but we got backstage passes to the Jimmy Kimmel show. And as we walked back there, Ryan Reynolds, who are we talking about? Ryan Gosling, was on the show, and he was like walking through the back area where we were, and my mom tried to high five him, and he just looked at her hand and was like faintly like very subtly disgusted, but like still polite looking. It was excellent. So, for rejecting my mother's high five, you are rewarded with the B tier. Next is Drew Barrymore. I don't know if I've seen a Drew Barrymore movie. I think she's a nice lady. She has those weird TikToks where she's dancing in the rain. That seems nice. I have a positive association with her, but I can't tell you why. She just seems like a nice lady. I definitely saw E.T. growing up, but it didn't like resonate with me at all. Like I never thought about it again after I saw it. So I guess Drew Barrymore's gonna go in B tier. It's just she's too loved. There's some people. It's like the Meryl Streep rule, where it's like I'm not putting you below B tier. People are gonna be like, "What's your problem?" So next is Luke Combs. I'm gonna use my second Google, cause I need to know if Luke Combs is the one who did the Fast Car cover last year, cause that nigga, fortunately, will perhaps see A tier. But yep, Luke Combs did Fast Car. I'm gonna put him on A tier. Obviously, that's a cover. Obviously, it's a cover. But that moment with him and Tracy Chapman playing at the Grammys, it felt tight. It was like, damn. If I don't know, just the way he was able to lock in with it. Like that's one of the artistes of our time, and like with respect to him, I'm sure he's like very popular and stuff in his own right. But I don't know, just to get someone, just to do honor to the Tracy Chapman song so much that she feels, you know, inclined to perform it with you at the Grammys, I just feel like that means you're probably a good steward of it. And for that, Luke Combs, you can be probably the only country guy who makes it to B tier. Jason Aldean, don't know him. Know he makes country music. I just have no. I think I'm thinking of the right guy, but I can't even. I'm just thinking of like a guy with a goatee, and I'm like, that's probably all these niggas. Brie Larson, don't know ya. Was she? Is that Wonder Woman? Or am I tweaking? Florence Pugh. Only seen Midsommar, and I didn't really like it. So, best I can do for you is best I can do for you, Florence Pugh, is health. Is C tier. I was trying to do a rhyme that didn't really make a lot of sense. Is next up, we got what could be. It's shaping up to be our first S tier. Entering the box is Haley Williams. Haley Williams, the initial instinct is to throw her in S tier, where she'd be alone so far above the likes of Ed Sheeran and Paul McCartney. And I really want to follow my heart here about it. I don't see why I shouldn't. You know, Paramore was informative and important and influential for a whole generation. And, you know, you can just tell how much she's impacted everyone by how much she pops up at other people's concerts or they pop up at her concert. And I don't know. I do know. Haley Williams, you are the first S tier white. Congratulations. You already know niggas love you, so it is what it is. Kristen Stewart, I don't really have an opinion on Kristen Stewart. She was also in Twilight. Again, not my cup of tea. But she's very pouty, and that's pretty cool. Does she have any other discernible? I'm not gonna be mean to a lady I really don't know. Amy Adams, again, a name I've certainly heard, but is it a face I could see in my mind's eye? Nither to thee. Ben Stiller. I don't know if I'm nuts about any Ben Stiller stuff. I like a lot of Ben Stiller stuff, as most people do, but I don't know if I'm nuts. I think I'm going to put Ben Stiller in B tier. Because, like, Zoolander was never crazy to me. What is he? I like Dodgeball. I think Dodgeball might have been my favorite Ben Stiller joint. Yeah, but besides that, I just don't think anything ever clicked like me for that, for old Benny Stills. Kian Lawley, don't sound very white, but it is an IDK. Bob Odenkirk. I think this one is like, I actually don't even know who is Bob. Is he Better Call Saul? And in that case, is he Mr. Whatever in Barry? Because that guy, or might blend in old white guys together. But if that's the case, then that guy's awesome. And probably B tier. All right, we're winding down. We're getting close to the, not the end, but to the hour mark. And there's, man, we are close. We got, all right, we got it. We just got to start powering through some. Okay. David Dorbick, don't know who you are. Emma Chamberlain, only heard your name online, don't know who you are. Nick Jonas, my heart wants to go A for Nick Jonas. He did have diabetes. He did conquer diabetes. And I don't know, I put Luke Combs in there, you know. I feel like I lowered the bar a little bit. Nick Jonas can be A tier, just for the longevity of songs. I'd listen to some new Nick Jonas. Post Malone, this one go a lot of ways. My head says A, but my heart says B. So it's gonna be a B for old Nick. Nope, not Nick Jonas, for Post D. I like some Post Malone songs. Just blatantly being like, I'm done being white. It's time for country is whack, but the hits are the hits. If you were outside when White Iverson was big, it was seismic. Machine Gun Kelly. I don't know if he's hell tier, but he's easily C tier. Zosug. I have no idea who Zosug is. Jenna Marbles. As far as I know, Jenna Marbles is on some cool shit. She was when I was a kid. I've not been tapped in with her in a while, but everything I've heard from her is very positive. So shout out Jenna Marbles. All right. I finished. I know which one we're ending on. I just scribbled. That's not even intelligible. Anderson Cooper. Probably C tier. I don't have a Anderson Cooper opinion. You're the face of the news, buddy. Just do the news. Don't talk to me. Benedict Cumberbatch. For me, like, I don't know. I think I would let him. I think I would let him take me. Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't know if he's in anything I've actually seen. So we're gonna put him in C tier. All right, next we got Nick Cage. Nick Cage got to be A tier, right? He doesn't have any allegations. He's just got an unimpeachably weird body of work. Nick Cage, welcome to the A tier. Halsey, welcome to the C tier. Getting crowded up in the C tier. And finally, Timothée Chalamet. I could go either way on Timothée Chalamet. Like, I could be a hater and say C. I could be gassing him up too much and say A. I fluctuate. I think today I might be feeling B for old Timmy Chalamet. The personality or whatever seems cool. He's just never been in anything I've actually liked, I think. Not a Dune or Wonka or Bob Dylan head. So the past couple years, it's just been dry for all fans of Timothée Chalamet. All right, thank you for doing this with me. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's creme fucking brulee. Yeah, you can like or you can hate. Yeah, it's creme fucking brulee. Yeah, you can like or you can wait. Yeah, it's creme fucking brulee. I'm with your bae, cause she look great. Yeah, it's creme fucking brulee. And my shit banks, and my shit wait. We're not the same, stay on my lane. She give me brain, that's my grain. I don't do breaks, I don't do games. I don't do change, Benjamin Frank. I'm smoking dank, I don't feel pain. And that shit stank, I make it rain. All in the day, all in the face. She on brulee, all in the cake. I don't do texts, I don't do pics. I had a bitch, I had a lick. Curry, I swish, look at the wrist. Trying to have kids, trying to eat grits. She wanna pick, come get your bitch. She wanna kiss, not on my lips. Cool as a fridge, I ain't got pitch. Baby, I'm rich, baby, we lit. Yeah, it's creme fucking brulee. Yeah, you can like or you can hate. Yeah, it's creme fucking brulee. Yeah, you can like or you can wait. Yeah, it's creme fucking brulee. I'm with your bae, cause she look great. Yeah, it's creme fucking brulee. And my shit pics, and my shit weight. Ayy, swerving on the highway. Roaches on the driveway. Ballin' like LeBron James. You niggas is Kyrie. White bitches like Miley. Like me cause I'm wifey. White shit on a glass tray. Blackness of a Spike Lee. Whiskey in my chai tea. Septum ring on her knees. Ash Eunice, top me. I buy her some Hermes. Baby, it's your birthday. Won't you have some brulee? Come and sit on my face. Even if it's Tuesday. Yeah, it's creme fucking brulee. Yeah, you can like or you can hate. Yeah, it's creme fucking brulee. Yeah, you can like or you can wait. Yeah, it's creme fucking brulee. I'm with your bae,